Hello, yes, and welcome to another episode of MLS Ireland. Well, I'll be bringing to you my predictions for week whatever it is. So, stay tuned. Perfect, thank you very much for joining me. Yes, my name is Sean, and if you're new to that, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. Hit the like button, share, whatever you like to do. Put a wee comment in below on what you think these week's predictions will be, which is interesting because they're very hard to predict, as we wouldn't even have thought of Colorado winning 5-0 against Real Salt Lake, then getting beat by FC Dallas. So these are the kind of things you go, yeah, that happened. So without further ado, I may as well get into my predictions. And the first game is Seattle against LAFC, which is on tonight at 3 a.m. So I won't be watching it because it's on very, very late. But anyway, Seattle, who are they beat San Jose Earthquakes 7-1 in a game not so long ago. LAFC beat Portland 4-2, which wasn't a bad result. So these two teams are kind of coming off a good result. Seattle now got a player back in Smith, I think his name is. I can't bloody remember now for the life of me. But will he come into the starting lineup in this game? I'm not 100% sure, but he is a good defender. So saying that, I'm not 100% sure he'll start. But with LAFC now kind of kicking back into things and getting back to basics, as they said on Twitter, that they're getting back into basics, so this game's probably a bit more suited to LAFC. I've seen them beat Seattle before in Seattle, so this game could be interesting, but I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, just for the fact is Seattle are a good wee team. They've had a good wee rest, and so that's my prediction. It's getting back over. Anyway, the next one, Sporting Kansas City against FC Dallas. Sporting KC, they beat Minnesota, which was quite surprising because I thought Minnesota would do a better job. FC Dallas beat Colorado Rapids on Wednesday, so they're probably going to be a bit tired coming into this. They're away, so it's not a far trip to go, but it is a trip, none the wiser. But Sporting Kansas City, I do think they are probably the better team, but will they win this one? I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to stick with Sporting Kansas City to win 1-0, and they probably have that better team, so I'm going to go with that one. The next one is New England against New York City FC. I was going to say Chicago for some paranoid reason. Anyway, New England, they drew, or I can't remember, not so long ago they played New York City FC and did a very good job and got a good result. Where is it? It was not long ago. And well, they got beat by Philadelphia, which isn't a bad thing to happen to them. Let's see, New England Revolution. Yeah, they got beat by New York City the last time they played. Same fixture, kind of. New England at home, so against New York City FC. Do I think it's going to be the exact same? I'm not 100% sure, but New York City do look like a team that are finally clicking, if you can say that. They won their last game or 2-1, so coming up against New England, who lost 2-1, coming up against a team who won 2-1, so coming into these things, I probably do think it's going to be a bit more tighter, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to New York City. It's going to be it's not going to be a tight. I think just New York City is going to probably get that one goal, and it's just going to be loads of misses, if you know what I mean. I think it's going to be one of those games. It's just going to be one of those games. The next one is Atlanta again against Inter. This one's going to be a tricky one. Will Higuain start? Don't know. Probably will, because he's been training with them. They're starting to look like a better team. Saying that they got beat by Orlando, which isn't, these days is not a bad thing, but they're coming up against an Atlanta team who got annihilated by Nashville, so this is a good chance for them to really get a good result. They drew against them the last time, I think 0-0. So saying that, is one actually they beat them 2-1. Don't know why 0-0 came out of, but they beat them the last time. So this one's going to be another egg on face kind of thing. So I do think Atlanta at home should be the better team, but what do you think? Because I haven't got a fit between this one. But like I said, these are guesses. So I'm gonna go for a 1-0 win for Inter Miami. I think they're just a bit more upbeat, a bit more confident. So those are my predictions for that one. New York Red Bull against FC Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati actually looking well. They got beat by New York City, but they didn't look too bad. So now they're coming up against New York Red Bulls, who won against DC United, which is a hard thing at the moment because DC aren't playing great. So I do think New York Red Bulls are the better team in this one. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for New York Red Bulls. Sorry, Jaap Stam and FC Cincinnati and Andrew Goodman, who is now is a player for Celtic on loan. If you didn't know that. The next one is DC United against Toronto. DC United, as I said, got beat against New York Red Bulls at home. Now they're at home against Toronto, who they didn't do too well last time either. They didn't play, so they've had a lot of time off. They won against Montreal, so they're going to have a bit more. They're going to be a bit more relaxed coming into this. So saying that, Toronto are the better team up against DC United, but these games are going to be so stupid. DC United could actually win this one 1-0. So I saying 1-0 to DC United. Why not? Because this whole thing's fucking mental. Orlando against Chicago. Orlando beat Inter, which was a good result for them. The Miami's purple thing. Don't know why I was doing that. I forgot Columbus Crew there. I'll go with that one next. So anyway, yep, they're playing up against Chicago Fire, who are bottom of the league. Then they done very well against Columbus Crew, who I forgot. So they drew 2-2. This one's going to be a bit more weirder, but I do think it's going to be like a 2-0 win to Orlando. They're just probably that better of a team. And the team now that I forgot, Columbus Crew, Nashville. Nashville are not a bad team, but Columbus Crew are still a good team. They kind of slept for the first 20 minutes of their last game. So against Nashville, who actually beat Atlanta, which is no mean feat now these days, unfortunately. I'm going to go for Columbus Crew 3-0 win. 3-0 because they are a better team. The next one is Houston Dynamo against Minnesota. Houston kind of let me down on quite a few games, as always. Always say they're going to lose, they win. If I'm going to say they're going to win, they're going to lose. And they're coming up against a team who are, I'm not going to say average, they're above average at the moment, so they're not a bad team. So Houston Dynamo, I'm going to go for a 1-0 Houston Dynamo. I think I said that for the last game that I predicted for them, but God knows who's going to happen. The next one is Real Salt Lake against Vancouver. Real Salt Lake, who got stuffed last time against Vancouver, who got stuffed by Montreal. Then they beat Montreal 3-1. So saying that, Real Salt Lake probably had more time to prepare for this game, coming up against a team who they should win. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. Real Salt Lake to win 2-0. Sorry. So the next one is Galaxy against Rapids. There's a lot of games to come through. Galaxy against Colorado Rapids. Galaxy didn't do too bad against San Jose. Well, they should have won really. Coming up against Colorado Rapids, who got beat by FC Dallas 4-1. LA Galaxy should be the better team in this one, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. LA Galaxy, as I said, are the better team. They're looking a bit more now. They have Hernandez back, so I don't know what way they're going to play. This could be another 0-0, knowing them, but I do think they are more capable of winning this game. Next is San Jose against Portland Timbers. It is an interesting one. San Jose probably, I'm going to go for Portland Timbers are a good team. They beat by LAFC, then they drew against San Jose, so they're playing San Jose again. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Portland. This is probably going to be this game where Portland know what they've done wrong, and a bit more experience, they're going to win this game. I could be all wrong. This is all off the cuff. I'm just basically haven't even done any stats on this, so I apologise. The next one and the last one is Montreal against Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Not a great hat, is it? But it doesn't even fit me. It's a weird hat. Yeah. Look like a right twat. Anyway, Philadelphia should win this game quite easily. They are the better team. Montreal, as I said, got beat by Vancouver Whitecaps, then beat them 4-2 before this, so they're very sporadic. Has Thierry Henry improved them? I'm not 100% sure. Well, they have. I suppose Bubba Wanyama has kind of helped them out too. Ooh, this is going to be a tricky one. But I do think Philadelphia are the better team, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. They are going to find it hard, so I think this game's going to be like 0-0 at half time, but Philadelphia is going to get it into it near the end and get 2 goals. So again, those are my predictions. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button. Put them in the comments of what you think if I'm talking a pile of shit, which just happens quite a lot. So I'll see you on the next one, which is Tuesday, so no rest for the wicked. Toodles.